Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, good evening to you. Welcome back to the channel, and for tonight's vlog, welcome back squad. I appreciate your support, thank you very much. We're returning a little bit tonight to the old school for a spot of car spotting. Now a little birdie has told me that if we head out onto the streets, we might stumble into something very, very special tonight. In fact, a Bugatti Chiron. Now the Chiron doesn't need much of an introduction. It is a legendary epic hypercar. I've had the opportunity to drive one, and what a crazy machine it was. But here in London tonight, we might be able to see one on the city streets. So stay with me, let's see if we manage to find it later on. To do so, I'm going to jump into my car, into the McLaren tonight. You can see that we've got both of the special cars behind me, the Vantage GT8, the 675 LT Spider. If you watch my previous vlog, An Errand Day Around London, you'll see why I ended up with both of these cars here at my flat tonight. But it's going to be a short pootle in the McLaren. We've not driven it much recently. I know it's only a couple of miles around the city centre, but any opportunity is a good one. And I drove the GT8 quite recently, of course, at Autosport. So we'll hop into the car, head into town, and see if we can hunt down and find the Bugatti Chiron. I seem to be developing a thing at the moment for cars with dual-tone colour schemes. I mean, the Vantage GT8 stands out an awful lot. The cobalt blue with the bright Gulf orange accents all around it. The 675 LT, of course, was factory painted in the Orion purple, and then we gave it the silver pinstripes to match with the wheels. So we've got that there too. The AMG GTR is in Mercedes black, but also with yellow accents, the calipers, and some touches around the car. So that is very much my thing right now. But tonight is a McLaren type of night, as I said. So pop the door open, McLaren's dihedral doors, which are always just epically awesome. We will jump in the car, and in a second I will start it up. So if I climb in doing it this way, which is probably not the most elegant way, hey, we managed, that was just fine, and then turn it into life. Let's do this. Oh yes, it sounds so good in the garage. It's like this angry aggression you get from the rumble, the rawness of this car, the vibrations, the shakes. I will pop my cameras into the car, we'll get on the road, go exploring, and see if we can find this car. Carefully does this then, or I am going to look like a ginormous moron. But I can get this car out. It does not have the world's best turning circle, I'm not going to lie. It takes forever to manoeuvre this car out of my garage. To go up the ramps to get out of here, I actually have to do a 3-point turn on every ramp, and it lives a level down. I've just borrowed my neighbour's car park space to have the two next to each other because it always makes for a nice photo. So we will try and manoeuvre out of here. As you will see in a second, that getting up this end ramp is virtually impossible, short of doing this whole process each time, which I've got quite used to, but I like to let the car get a tiny bit warm before I get started, because otherwise you're manoeuvring it a lot backwards and forwards in the gearbox on cold temps, which is never good. So we're through, we are out, we can just make that swing. We will head out to the roads and go see if we can hunt it down. And I know I'm saying this a lot, but I'm quite excited. It's a very nice specification, this car, so if we find it tonight, it will be super cool. I think it could be interesting to talk to you more about car spotting in general, just going past the Dorchester, nothing interesting to see there at the moment, because a lot of people ask me why I no longer spend significant portions of my time car spotting. And you early followers whose support I appreciate immensely, who have been following this journey since the beginning, the squad as we now know you, will know of course that many of my early videos were car spotting around central London, wandering around, just seeing what cars I could spot and see out and about on the streets, often cars that had come over from Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, the Middle East. And now it's much more the journey of ownership, of experience in terms of road trips, driving, test drives. It's transformed. And why is that? Why don't you see car spotting videos on my channel every day now? Sometimes occasionally like this, I'll hear about highlights, whether it's here, Dubai, Monaco, those kind of things. But it's changed completely. And there are a few reasons for that, but I think the most fundamental and main reason for me is that one of the main things I've always liked is creating unique content, things that you don't see elsewhere. And 10 years ago, believe it or not, that was car spotting. Nobody was filming the cars that you could see driving around in areas like Knightsbridge and Mayfair. We're at the bottom of Park Lane right now, which is one of the hot spots of activity of supercars in central London. And for me, that was really exciting, to produce things that you guys wouldn't necessarily see anywhere else, to create content that I wasn't seeing anywhere else. And that changed. Time changed, cameras became more accessible, and there are loads of people now running around, which is great. I thoroughly enjoy seeing the cars that are out and about on the streets, but also I'm a big fan of traveling. I love going to other places, I love new experiences, and I love the opportunities to drive these cars that I get to share with you, whether it's test drives, reviews, or whatever is going on, which is something that, thinking back, was a distant dream once upon a time, and now here I am driving through London in a 675 LT Spider, which is an absolute pinch moment, although let's not get hit by a London taxi right now. That would not finish this evening off in the way that I want it to go. So this story has changed, it's evolved, and now presenting road trips, and this side of it is what really gets me and what really excites me, and I prefer to share with you things that are my passion. Don't get me wrong, I love car spotting, and that will never go, but it's changed from what it was. There's a lot more pressure, there are a lot of discussions around the topic about people just posing in central London. Whoa! Yep, I don't know how much of that you could see, but that guy just decided to completely try and cut me up, and that kind of thing can be really expensive, and that right there is exactly why I don't frequently drive a car like this around in London. The only cars I have here right now are the LT and the GT8. My Focus and Mercedes, which would be the regular cars, are over in Germany, so until I get another daily in Germany and bring the Focus back here, or maybe the new Focus, that's the way it's going to be. But anyway, the car's in one piece, that's the important thing, and I'm not too far now from Berkeley Square, Novikov, which is where I'm hoping that this car is going to be. If it's not there, then this has all failed, but fingers crossed. Now if it's here, it could be just in front of me, or I could be too early. You never know with this kind of thing. I don't think it's here yet, unfortunately for me. Maybe we'll have to check back. Oh, but we do have a P1 right there, so life could definitely be worse. If we now had a Chiron later on, that would make life freaking incredible. So let's see what happens. That's a P1 that I showed you the other day, which is really very nice. Actually, you've seen it a few times before on the channel. So I will try and find somewhere to park up, which is always a challenge around here, and then see if we get lucky. Well, there's an R8 Spider, which is technically the same company, the VW group, but it has 10 cylinders, not 16. Not quite a Chiron again, but we do have a Ferrari 488, and behind that a 911 Turbo S. So nice cars about. And a very nice Vanquish. Gentle murmur of the V12. 488 from Kuwait, off to be parked. Goes the 911 as well. Some kind of aftermarket exhaust on that, you can hear from the burbles. I've jumped back in the car because I don't think it was coming there, but in this little lineup we have a G63, a C63, an AMG GTS, another G63, a Range Rover SVR, another G63, and I'm going to pull in to let that guy come out because I just don't trust anybody in this world anymore. So, oh, an M5 as well. So I haven't seen what I wanted to see, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be lurking somewhere. So, DBS, always very, very nice cars. It's been a while since I've been around here, to be honest, but you never know what you're going to find. Often cars parked up here late in the evening. Not seeing too much that's standing out right now, though, I'm not going to lie. So this is not the evening I wanted it to be. What do we have there? CLA, or not C, yeah, CLA 45, excuse me. I should go with my instinct, although obviously lots of these things do look very similar. Nice. Is that a Ghost? Yeah, we got a Ghost. Rolls Royce is 2 a penny. Oh, there we got an Aventador. We've got a purple chrome with orange highlight Aventador Roadster. Okay then, we've seen a few in that design over the years. Never ceases to stand out, that's for sure. This is the tour of the London hotspots. We have an orange Hurricane, LB610. I caught a glimpse of something here, so we've got a GT3 RS just there. Okay, that's cool. And then what do we have at the very end? You'll see that out the side. It's got an IP sticker. Is that a Novitec F12? That looks like it is. Right, I want to park and have a look at that. That thing is a monster. Let's have a look at these two then. This is just crazy. Look at all the different carbon fiber parts that have been added onto this car. It stands out like something else when it's parked on the street like this from Qatar. It's a strange time of year to see so many of the cars over here, but this is that flat grey, almost like Nardo grey, the colour that's becoming, I suppose, a very, very, very popular choice. It has been for a couple of years, but this is a major wide body kit, Novitec kit on the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. Yeah, quite cool. If you want to stand out and have something a bit different, that's definitely the way to do it. If we come back and have a look at the GT3 RS here, the lava orange car, it's got a couple of wraps on it. You can see the bonnet wrap number 22. Guess that's significant to the owner. IP on here, IP exhaust system, no doubt. And oh, there's a Wraith on the other side. I've just spotted that as well. G63 standard style around here, and then the Wraith right in front of that as well. Just checking where I'm going. Got the black Wraith with the satin black over the top sections as well. That's kind of cool. Nice little selection of cars, presumably they're all together, and then obviously the 675 LT is parked right up there. G63 crosses over the burbles and rumbles that we're getting used to. Run, don't get run over. Cool, cool. I've just kind of abandoned my car and come over here because I heard that start up, it's moving, and there goes another Rolls Royce. So yeah, I've left the McLaren over there. But that thing, just the noise of it as it turns around. What a sound from the V12. That is just mega. It sounds like a 599 GTO. Oh, brilliant. The non-stop noises of London. What's coming from this end? Kind of unusual to see a Gallardo these days. I'm not having much luck this evening, but I'm going to drive by on the off chance that something's appeared here since. Nah, sadly not. I mean, it's a shame when just a McLaren P1 is not enough, although there is now a Mansouri Bentayga, is that? Or is that just a normal Bentayga with some extra parts? That's just a normal Bentayga in satin white with some extra parts on it. There's an i8 on that side. That's about it though, it seems. My quest to find the Bugatti has not been hugely successful. This is very, very sad this evening. Here's what it is though. This is genuinely one of the best number plates I have seen in recent times. Hater, literally spelt correctly. Oh, there goes a Hurricane Spider. Always the way, just when you don't expect it to come past. I was going to come over here where we have a new Continental GT in the Bentley showroom. I've not actually had an opportunity yet to fully check out the new Conti GT. I showed you a first look when it was launched at the Frankfurt Motor Show, but hopefully at some point I'm going to be able to take one for a drive and show you the ins and outs in an awful lot more detail. Nice to see one in the showroom here in London. They'll be ready for drives in the very near future, if not actually already somewhere around the world. Just a shame I haven't managed to find an opportunity up to this point, but distinctly more sporty styling, as you can see, and you can find out more about it in my full video. This is a bit of a cop-out, but I think my quest for the evening to find the Bugatti Chiron has unfortunately failed and fallen flat on its face, which is a big shame because I was really looking forward to seeing this car. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait until another day. It's a very nice spec though, so stay tuned in case we do. However, we are in central London where very conveniently we have one of these, a Bugatti dealership, and inside the showroom here there is at least a Veyron, and not just any Veyron, a particularly nice one back there too, a full blue carbon Bugatti Veyron Supersport, one of just 50, and a very, very nice spec on that as well. 1,200 horsepower, clearly rarer actually than the newer Chiron, but that is as much Bugatti as I think we're going to be able to see for this evening, unfortunately. And although I've never driven a Supersport, I have had the opportunity to drive the open-top version, the Grand Sport Vitesse, and I've been round the Nürburgring actually in the passenger seat of one of these in a Bugatti Veyron Supersport, which was an epic, epic, epic experience with Andy Wallace. Anywho, that is it, I think, for the Bugatti tonight. Maybe I'll have one last go, but I do not hold it in very high hopes that I'm going to be able to find the car this evening. There are just the constant noises of cars and bikes, and you never really know what you're going to see. That is a bike of some description. I don't really know my bikes very well. The blue lighting of Bugatti. I'm actually really frustrated, honestly. I was very, very hopeful of finding it, and this is very strange to say because it's on a night when I've seen a McLaren P1 and a whole bunch of other really cool cars. But that is the nature of car spotting. It's down to what you can find, how lucky you get, whether you go to the right place at the right time, whether you follow tip-offs or you ignore them, you're searching of social media to see what you can find. It's always different in every city, every night. This is winter, it's midweek, never knew which way it was going to go. C'est la vie. I've worked something out, and if I was a betting man, this is where I would have my money. So earlier on, we saw this car, the satin white Bentley Bentayga, a very nice car, but what I didn't clock at the time, and I should have been paying more attention to it, was the number plate. A Qatari registration 123, a nice number plate on a nice car. Now the significance of that you guys don't know at this moment is that the Bugatti Chiron I've been looking for is a Qatari registration number 121. I think it's pretty obvious This is almost certainly the second car from the same gentleman. A very nice car it is too, but not the one that I was looking for tonight. Now, I might be wrong about that, but I would suspect the odds are pretty high. So the Bentayga it was instead, not the Chiron for this evening. That is, unfortunately, my bad luck. It's been an evening of some very nice cars, though. I've enjoyed just pootling around in the McLaren. Like I said, been a while since I've properly really driven it, so any opportunity to take it out and have just a bit of time behind the wheel, even if it's the least appropriate car ever imaginable to drive around here in central London. We did see a P1, we did see a Bugatti Chiron Supersport, which is very, very nice, even if it's inside a showroom window, and we saw plenty of other nice cars as well along the way. That's it for tonight, though. A bit of spontaneous car spotting, as always. Also, sorry, I should say, the BMW i8 over the other side. There are plenty of nice cars around here, but I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching, as always, guys. Hopefully I'll be back with a video at some point featuring this Bugatti Chiron. I would love to see it, but that is it for this time. I'll see you again very soon. Thanks as always. Cheers!